Hello you and happy April December and welcome back to Kosii's Christmas Coaster Calendar, where today I'll be showing you how to build this lovely hot drink stand building stall thingy right here. It is an absolutely wonderful little Tudor style building which you can place basically anywhere within your park and it will fit in really lovely. It's a nice Christmassy theme and I'll also be showing you how to decorate it with Christmas sort of decorations as well in today's video. So let's just get straight on with it right here. So first what we want to do is go into our scenery, into primitives, and we want to find a lovely wall right here because of course the first thing that we need to actually do right here is lay everything out. Now this is quite simple right here. We just want to make sure that's disabled. We're on a half snapping, not a vertical snapping is a normal. And then what we can do to start our right here guys is just literally place in, I just want to line this up if I can right here just for the looks. We just want to place two of these walls right here wherever you want. This will be the front of our actual store right here, so keep that in mind. But what we're going to do then is we're just going to bring this back here by 2 and this one back by 1. Now we want to get one of these right here, and if we just set our thingy to a quarter snapping, we can now start to place these in just like so. Now we do want a big wall here, and then we want a small wall and a small wall. Now that will give us our little outcrops here that you can see, which kind of make it look a bit more like a bit more interesting than just a square building. Oh god, excuse me, bloody hell. Looks a bit more interesting than just a square building. We do want to remove this piece right here so that we've got our lovely little kind of I guess door to get to our actual store right here, which by the way this does actually function with guests. Guests can actually come to this store and come buy hot drinks from this store. You can change it to whatever price you want. If you want to be an expensive bastard, you can go all the way up to 100, but it does actually work with that, which is very cool, I guess. So to actually finish off this bottom layer right here, what we want to do is again just carry on bringing this all around. We'll go on to half snapping here just for most of this, and we want to bring this all up by another 2 right here, just so that we bring it up to 3 in total, going all the way around right here. Of course we will change into a quarter snapping. We also want to add one across there so we get that nice little doorway, but we'll change into a quarter snapping here to get those smaller pieces in, going all the way around. And then now we've kind of got the shell of the bottom floor right here, so it's time to actually get starting to paint. So our colouring right here that we want to use is this little beige kind of colour right here and bricks, and we just want to paint these walls right here, this all the way around here, this little R I guess shape. We want to bring this around here, and actually something that I did kind of get a bit wrong here is we want to remove this and we just want to replace it with these half pieces right here. Now this side of the half pieces we want to have that sort of thing, but you'll see around the back we get this slightly lower sort of edge around here with the wood, so that's what we're going to do, going all the way around that bottom part right here. And then for our top part, of course, we just want to use this wood right here on wooden planks, and we can just paint all of that in there as well, which means that we've got our entire bottom area all in right now, and that means that things are starting to shape up quite nicely. So to add our edges right here, we need to get our coin, and we just need to place that basically on every single one of the edges like so. Now we want to bring those going all the way up to the top right here, although of course we don't actually want to bring them round anywhere where we don't need to. But for example, in fact, no, there's not even any places where we need to do any weird things anymore. Sorry, my original design was slightly different, but we can just add 2 of these straight ones like this and 2 straight ones like that. In fact, we can use these corner ones so that it goes all the way around the corner, and we need another corner one like so. And of course, we do need to paint these also. It's the exact same color that we just used over here twice. We can just paint that twice and get all of those lovely coins painted. I think it's coins. I don't know if it's coins, but it kind of sounds like I'm saying coins, like what you pay with, but we'll go with it. And there we go. And to put all of our edges in for this wooden part right here, we just want to get our thick paw right here, just of course on this wood color. I'm pretty sure that's what it comes with anyway. And we can just place these on every single one of the corners like so, which now means that things are starting to look quite lovely, don't they? You can now start to see the shape coming in. Of course, what we want to do is cap all of our edges off right here with a roof trim. So we're just going to use a roof trim with concrete, of course, and this exact color that we've been using for everything else like the coins. And we just want to line all the way around the edges right here with this coin. So that's pretty simple. We can just bring that coin all the way around if we rotate that round there, and then down on this back part here we just want to bring it so that it's coming round this edge right here rather than actually, you know, being up at the top, of course, because that doesn't make much sense. And then we just need to add our corner pieces in again on concrete. Oops, did not mean to do that. Again on concrete, and we can just add all of the corner pieces, of which there are many right here, you know, to actually mean that we can get some better corners on here, because if not they look a bit ugly, don't they? And I feel like this is a good time to actually add our hot drink stall in right here as well, and actually get that all sorted out. Now, I just painted this brown and brown because it kind of looks quite nice. Brown obviously works quite well with this bottom color, although you can also paint it the same color that we've used for the bottom part. The only problem is with the plastic color of the stall, it looks a little bit dodgy. I'm not a big fan of it, so I'm going to stay with brown, although feel free to color it that. And what we want to do in the inside right here, just to make this look a little bit nicer, is of course we just want to be in half snapping, and we just want to build up some walls here and here and round at the back, and then finally we want to add some roofs in to actually mean that this all gets capped off a little bit right here. So we're just going to bring that all the way up until it's about to the top, and we're going to bring that out to about there-ish, and then we can actually paint this, of course, with just using concrete. And the other thing as well right here is we did actually add a wall at the back, which you can do, but if you want to cap it off a little bit more and just make this look a little bit better, I guess, you can use a quarter snapping on your vertical and just half on your horizontal, move it back a half, and then you can just place that in like so, just so it gets capped off a little bit earlier. Of course, we want to use bricks right there, rather than it going all the way to the back, although that's completely up to you. You can have it go all the way to the back of the stall if you want, or you can have it like that. Now, we also want to add a bit of a cap area onto the edge right here, so we want to get this roof trim right like this, and just place this in like so. And we also want to have our corners like this, which we can now paint in just a second, and they'll look quite lovely, hopefully, and that gives us that part capped off. So to get our roofs on right here, what we want to do is just grab this roof, and we're going to use not that color, because I accidentally just clicked on it right there. We want to use this color right here on a concrete, and making sure that we're just on a quarter snapping right here. We want to bring this out by a quarter on this side like so. No, I accidentally did that wrong there. We want to line it up, of course, and we want to do the exact same for over here. And now what we can do is add in our roof trims to make this all kind of edged off right here. So we just want to do that on each side, and you can now see the slight different color. It's not much of a difference between the original one, but it's a bit more dull, which means that it fits in a little bit better right here. But we can just paint all that, and now it's looking a little bit like this. So to actually fill in these gaps right here, what we want to do is just on a half snapping right here, bring this up by one, rotate it round by 90 degrees, and we can just place in one like so, and so we can actually bring that coming all the way along, and just bring that through here as well, of course, and onto the other side right here. And then to actually kind of fill this in right here, we actually want to bring this pole just going all the way up until we can see it sticking through. We need to, you know, make sure that it's not sticking through, of course, because that'll look a bit weird. And we can add that to every single one of these poles like so. And finally, to kind of cap this off right here, we just want to hold shift and click, of course, come into here, and we want to bring these coming along the front too. It might say there's already a pole item here. If that happens, just come out and go back in. It's a weird bug that happens in the game sometimes because it thinks there's a pole crap like that. But you can see right there that eventually we can get all those in. It looks quite nice. Now we're just going to add this chimney in right here because it kind of defines a lot of stuff, and it means that we know where to not build and to actually build right here. So what we want to do is just grab this little cuboid here on a quarter snapping right here, and we just want to bring this 1, 2, 3 out like so. Now we can bring this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up. I think this is right here. Let me just double check for you guys. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 upright like that. And we just want to add 1 to the right as well. And then what we can do on the top of this right here is kind of cap this off by just grabbing this wedge. Not like that. And just clicking enabled on like so. We can rotate this round, rotate it round like that. And then on a quarter snapping, we can get this all lined up like so. So that just goes on the top like that. And of course, we want to paint everything with this brick color like so. So now that's our chimney in, we can kind of start to work out a lot of the other stuff. And you know what? While we're doing the chimney right here, we might as well get the rest of this in. So we've got this pot right here, which we of course want to just paint the color of the bricks right here, and we just want to bring that down on no vertical snapping until it sticks through about halfway through like that. And then we also want to add a smoke emitter. Now the way I would recommend doing this right here is actually getting the smoke emitter, placing it on vertical just somewhere random like that, and putting it up to 250% because we want it to go all the way up to 250%, or it doesn't really look like very much of a real chimney. And then we can place that in the middle of that pot right there, and that'll start, you know, smoking out, which looks quite lovely. And because we've put it up to 250%, it's a bit hard to see with all the snow, but you can see it goes a lot further than it would if it would 100%. It'd be about half of this, which of course we want it to go very nice and tall right here to look like real smoke coming out of a chimney, not just, I guess, a little bit of smoke just slightly coming out the chimney, which would look a bit just sad and crap, wouldn't it? Now we need to actually get started on our upper section right here. So what we're going to do is just get our walls right here, paint them this white right here, and a lovely little concrete color like so, and then we can just place this not like that. That'll just make our life harder. We could just place this on like so, just going all the way around the edge so that we make a big square like that, just a big 2x2 square, which we can then bring up an extra 2 tall like so, so that we have a nice 3 tall section right here, which will give us the basis for our area. Now, just as we did down on the wood part down here, we're going to grab our poles and we're just going to bring those going all the way up on each corner right here, going all the way up to the top, and then we can actually get in the roofs and stuff now. So this is very similar to how we did the other part right here. We just want to go onto a quarter snapping, and we want to bring this coming along about halfway through, and we want to bring it on a quarter snapping, just 1 out that way and 2 out this way, and we want to bring it down on a quarter vertical snapping right here, just until it no longer shows through like that. And then we can do the exact same on the other side like so. Oop, a little bit lower. I don't know. Wait, how's that happened? I don't know how I've managed to make that a different height right there, but we just want to do that like that, and then we can bring that up in the middle just like so, so that it connects in, which gives us a little bit of a roof like so. And we just need to actually now bring that coming all the way along by just adding an extra 2 onto each bit right here, and that'll bring this entire roof coming over. Now, of course, you need to make sure that you've painted this the exact same color as the other roof, so do keep that in mind. But there we go, we've now got our roof in. Now we need to get this little thing up here done, and as you can see, it actually kind of hangs over right here. So what we're going to do is just get into here by holding shift and click, and we're going to bring this up on a half snapping just up and into the middle like so, and then we want to bring this out like that. We also want to just bring this up by a quarter here as well, so you'll see that now connects in. And what we can now start to do is add in all our triangles. So 1 right there, we want to rotate this around 180 degrees, 1 right there, 1 up here, and we want to rotate it around right there and place that in like so. Now, to bridge this gap right here, we can bring this little flat piece down, and on a quarter snapping again, we can just bring this in like that, and we want to bring this coming all the way from the left to the right. So we just want to stick this out as much as we possibly can right here, and the exact same on the other side too. And then we just want to actually, you know, bridge that gap in between like that, and paint all this the lovely wood color like not like that, that's brick like so, so that we've got all that wood going along. And of course, we want to paint those triangles white concrete too, and this also needs to be white concrete. And we need to just do that exact same thing with this hangover on the other side. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. And there we go. That's the back part in right there. So what we're now going to do is, you can see right here that we have these edges coming all the way around right here in this top part. This is what we're just going to focus on for now to actually get this part done right here. So what we want to do is just come into this right here and get a pole, just this normal pole like this. Now we're going to have to go into no snapping. I know it's a pain because you have to line everything up, but we're just going to rotate this by 45 degrees and bring it out. I'm just going to bring this down right here. I'm just going to bring it out until it about lines up right there. By the way, I recommend being on global snapping for this, just this little part right here, because then what we can do is just bring this along, and we just want it to come down like so and stick through just about there, just so it kind of slightly goes through the roof, but not really. And then we can rotate this around 180 degrees on global snapping again, and we can just place this here as well. Now what that means is that we've now got this part lined up, and we can now bring this up, which I'm going to do by just swapping over to relative space, and we can bring that coming all the way up to our peak. Do the exact same on the other side, of course, like so, so that it actually connects up. And then the last thing that we want to do right here is just get this middle pole in, which we're going to do by just grabbing this pole once again, and not placing it in, but going into precision build mode like so, going on no snapping, and just bringing that out until again it kind of goes to the edge. Then we can bring that up like so, and there we go. We've got all that painted there so that it's all nice wooden color. And then the last thing that we want to do right here is rotate this piece here by 45 degrees and just bring this all the way along. So 3 pieces like that, and you get that flat part along the top like so. Now again, we've got to do this on the other side right here. So all we need to do that is just go into here and on global space, just to make sure right here, we just want to go into no snapping, and we we can bring this along until it kind of sticks through and do the exact same thing. So I'll be back once I've done that. And there we go. That's our top little part right here, this little gable part in now. So what we now need to get on with, I guess, is this actual bottom part right here, because right now it's looking extremely bland. So let's actually get on with that right here. So what we want to do is we just want to grab a pole alike. So we just want to grab our primitive pole and we want to just go straight into this mode right here and rotate this round by 45 degrees. And again, we're gonna have to go into no snapping and just bring this along like so and line this up with the edge of this pole right here. And then we want to bring this down until it about lines up with that edge right there. And now what we could do is add just the bottom wooden part edge just around the bottom like so. And we need to do that on every single side right here. But because we haven't quite lined this up perfectly, we're gonna have to just go into no snapping on each side and just line this up perfectly. Eventually you'll get there. It's not too hard to do. And you can just bring these round coming on each side like so. Just bring that through. You can leave this side right here because this side obviously we don't need to do because it's got just that straight wood part there. It's already got a wooden pole. But on this side right here, of course, we do need to do this one too. So we're going to bring that out and bring that all the way across like so. And there we go. So now we've got a frame to this part right here. We can actually start to get the proper poles in right here. So we just want to grab our pole again and line it up in the middle and just bring it out until it lines up again with that piece that we've just done right there. And then what we want to do is just bring this up on default snapping all the way up to the top, and then we want to add an extra to either side like so. Now we want to do that for each side right here. We just want to add these stripes going all the way down right here using this pole just right here on no snapping, bring it along and then bring it up every half a block right here. So just like this, we bring it up, then we go across by 1 on default snapping, and then we go across on default snapping again. It's not too difficult, again, like most things right here. To be honest, this is pretty simple to do, so you could probably get it quite easily right here actually, even though it does look like a fairly nice building, I'd say. You know, don't want to blow my own trumpet, but we can then just bring that coming around on each side like so. We've only got this side and the other side to do now, which the other side's slightly different because we do actually have the chimney coming through, of course, so we do need to keep that in mind. And we obviously don't need to place it where the chimney is. There'll be a pole that should go through the chimney, but we don't actually need to put it through the chimney because, well, you're not going to see it, so what's the point in placing it? Something to keep in mind is something that I just made a mistake about right there, which is actually lining this up properly height wise. I don't know actually how I did that because they should just be the same height on each side if I've been using default. Oh, I've been using default grid stuffing. Well, that's why then, isn't it? Yeah, make sure you're using default grid stuffing, although it doesn't really matter anyway, as long as you don't make stupid mistakes like I just did. But if we just bring that one in like so and one more like there, that's all of our poles in, and we could just paint them all wood and then we can get on with something else. So we've got all of our vertical poles in right here, so it's time to actually make some horizontal poles. And to do that, all we need to do is come into this right here, rotate this round by 45 degrees, and we just want to bring this up on a quarter snapping so that this actually becomes squares right here. We just want to do that on again on every single side right here, just bringing that all the way around, just rotating it around by 45 degrees on a half snapping like so. Not even a half snapping, sorry, a quarter snapping. So I'll see you again once I've done that. And there we go, we've got that going all the way around the edge right here, which this is starting to actually look like a Tudor building right now. To be honest, you could even leave it like this if you like this aesthetic a bit more. Feel free to leave it like this, although we are going to add some triangular braces in here as well to make it just a little bit more interesting, although this is also a Tudor style. And the good thing about this sort of design of building is that there's tons of different designs. You could do it something like this, you could do it something like this, you could add the cross braces in, you could just not even have any vertical, not even have any horizontal poles. You could do whatever you want with this right here, which is the great thing about a Tudor style. And it also kind of feels very Christmassy, but less writing and let's get building. So we just want to hold shift and click on this right here and bring this on a quarter snapping. Now the thing that we want to do right here is just bring this up until it's halfway through, going through that vertical pole. We want to change our rotation snapping to 30 degrees, rotate it around 30 degrees, and we want to bring that just coming up like so. And we want to do that on each side like this, just coming through all the way around. So what we want to do right here is just hold shift and click, and we can just bring this up on a quarter snapping up to 1, so that horizontal beam runs straight through that vertical beam right there. And on just 22.5 degrees snapping right here on rotation, we can just rotate that round like so, and bring that up, and we just need to repeat that again on every single side. I feel like that's gonna like just I feel like I've said that so many times on today's video, but we do just want to bring that through on each individual side right here, just you know, crisscrossing through every single one of these. So I guess I'll see you once I've done this too. And there we go, we finally got all of those diagonal poles in right here, which means we are very close to actually being finished right now. What we now need to do though is actually add in all our windows and stuff, so because you may have noticed that we're kind of lacking any windows whatsoever right here, which is very different to this one over here. So what we want to do is just grab this window right here. The first color is just brown, and the second color is slightly darker brown right here, and we just want to set everything to default right here and place one right. Actually no, we do want to come into our precision build mode, of course, but we do want to bring that just out until it pops through like so, and we want to place one right there. We want to rotate it around 180 degrees and bring that out to here on no snapping until again it just slightly pops through, and we want to bring another one like so. And to actually kind of make these you know, the two tall ones right this, we like right like this, we need to just go on to no snapping and bring this up as much as we can until there's like a little hole right there, and we want to just do that on all sides right here on, well, I say all sides, both of the sides. God, I've forgotten how to speak today. I don't know why, but we just want to bring that up again, and on no snapping just bring that until there's no gap right there, and then just place another one like that, and that's those windows in right there. And then of course we just want to add in a window right here and right here, because of course right now this is looking a little bit windowless, which is boring. So we just want to add one in like so, and bring that up until there's no gap again, just as we did up at the top part. Rotate this round again, and on no snapping bring this up until there's no gap, and that is all of our windows in right here, except from this top a little dormer, which is what we're going to do in a second. One thing that I've just realized is that we haven't actually got these parts in right here, so we've got a big hole coming through the side of our building. So all you need to do that is get this little wall right here, rotate this round like so, and on no snapping we just want to bring this up until about there and bring it across. We need to make sure that everything lines up without sticking through or anything, so that's exactly what we're going to do right here. We're just going to bring this through, and we don't want it to stick through this side either, so we just want to bring that slightly back, and then we can paint that the exact same wood that we've been using down here, just up here, and we want to do the exact same for this little sticky out part, I guess. I don't really know what else you'd call it, but yeah, just bring that like so, and the exact same on this other side like that, which now means that we haven't got random little holes in the side of our building, which I guess always helps, doesn't it? So there we go. Now what we want to do is add in our flower boxes or flower beds. We're just going to use this red right here, although feel free to change the colors of your flowers to whatever you want. I mean, you don't have to use these colored flowers, I guess. You can use whatever you want. Just make sure that you're on a half and default vertical, and just place in your flower boxes under each window that you have right here, like so. I thought I disabled that, but apparently not. But we just want to place that under every single window on the front two right here, which means that all of our windows are now done. And the last thing that we need to actually do is this little dormer right here. In fact, there's also the sign, but we'll get into that in a second because that's slightly different. But we'll place this in right here by just getting default snapping, and we can just bring this in like so, and on just precision build mode like so, we can bring this out by a quarter, which sticks that like that, and then we want to come all the way along here until we find this piece right here, which will be our roof. Rotate that round like so, and this is where it starts to get a little bit difficult to line this up right here, but don't worry, you'll manage. Just go into global right like that and bring it out a little bit, and of course in like so, just so it all connects in. And of course we want to paint that top part there just white concrete like so, and add in some nice poles just so that we've actually got the edges like we have everywhere else. But of course this is really small, so we just want to use this pole right there. Go on to an 8th snapping right here just to better line this up, and we just want to place in one like so, another like so, and then one of our windows in, except from without the shutters this time, just in that little space right there. And there we go, guys. That is basically everything done. One thing actually just to keep in mind is that I did actually bring this one up to the top rather than the bottom on there, but it doesn't really matter either way. It just depends on your preference. And the last thing to do right now is just actually get this sign in right here. Now what we want to do is just go into our others and get a sign like so. We can just set everything back to default now, by the way. And we just want to bring this up right here above this door. In fact, you can place it here if you want. You can place 2, you can place 1, you can place none. It's up to you. But I'm going to place this one right here because that's what I've done over here. And it's kind of a nice little thing to have on. Although feel free to have it on this side instead. It's completely up to you. But all we want to do is just get a sign right here and remove the text on the inside. Not adding it. I don't know how I did that. But we're going to place another one on the other side like so. And to actually connect these up, it's very, very simple right here. All we need to do is scroll all the way along until we find this post with wooden pole. We want to make the pole actually brown, and we can place that in like so, which will mean that we now have a connection right here. And the very, very last thing that we need to do right here is just grab an image panel and place that in right here. Now, the actual decal code for this will be down in the description, so if you want to use this one right here that just says fresh hot chocolate, it's a very generic sign. You can make your own sign. I actually have a tutorial on my channel where I made screens where there was a little tutorial on how to use paint on it and how I make my decals there. I will actually maybe make a tutorial on how to make decals at some point in 𝗬𝗂𝗽𝗀𝗀𝗀 Tycoon 2, but that's not today. You can just use this one if you'd like, or make your own. That's completely up to you, but it does need to fit this weird shape, so do keep that in mind. You'll probably have to make it a bit smaller to actually fit the shape right here. But guys, that's absolutely everything for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope this tutorial's been very helpful. Here's all the lovely supporters on screen, all my channel members and Discord server boosters. Thank you all so much for supporting me. It's absolutely lovely of all you guys. You can become a channel member by just clicking the little join button down below. It costs you either $1.30 or 99p a month for the lowest level, and you get early access to my videos, early access to showcase your part streams, shout outs to the end of each of my videos, as you can see right now, and sneak peeks and much more. So maybe go check that out if you're, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And it's I very much appreciate it. It helps me to make these videos more. Except for on that though, if you have enjoyed this video, just leave a like and subscribe. That'd be also very lovely as well. And you can comment down below. What do you think it's going to be tomorrow? What do you think that tomorrow's tutorial is going to be? But except for that, guys, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you all in another video. Goodbye!